Alrighty, you guys. So, as you could tell by the title and thumbnail of this video, we have some interesting info to talk about in this video. So, sit on back, grab a snack, and listen to me ramble. So, first up here on the docket, let's talk about a little bit of an interesting piece of info, an update about the Michael Bay Transformers movie that is rumored to be coming out. So, I was scrolling through the boards, and Silver Optimus posted this like a week and a half ago or something like that. It flew under people's radar, it seemed like. But he is, for those of you who don't know, he has a lot of insider info over the years with like Transformers movie knowledge and stuff going on behind the scenes of the production of upcoming movies. He's been doing this since, I want to say, Age of Extinction or Dark of the Moon, or maybe around that time or a little after that. I don't know, but he's been doing it for a while. It's been about 10 years since he's had this insider knowledge. So this person was like, I hope early next year we will at least hear something that Michael is officially directing another movie and when we can expect it to be released. And Silver Optimus replied to this comment saying, Toy Fair New York is in February next year, so around that time would be logical, or Hasbro/Paramount will host another reveal party online for news outlets such as us and Transformers influencers. Still no leaked listings either. Last I checked with my sources was yesterday. We'll keep in touch with them from time to time. So, this is a little bit of a piece of meat we could bite off the bone here and talk about. You know, sometimes he throws up teases about stuff that he knows with like upcoming cartoons or movies or whatever stuff he has insider info on. So is he like throwing up a teaser without actually saying it that yes, we're going to get more information next year during Toy Fair at the earliest in February? That could be the case. I don't know. Maybe he's just speculating like purely I am right now in this video. We really just don't know until it obviously happens, but I think that's a safe bet. I was expecting us to get an announcement of this movie before the year is up, but honestly, I don't know if that's going to happen. And I was hoping this movie would come out summer of 2027, just going by the info we've gotten the last few months and the rumors. I'm thinking summer 2028, unfortunately. And now, I know that's another year wait. That's 2.5, 3 years from now, but hopefully the wait will be worth it this time around, and it's not going to be like the crappy delay of Rise of the Beast. But I don't know, man. I think something is going to be happening in terms of an announcement at some point soon, no doubt. It's been close to a half a year now since this movie and these 5 movies that are in development over at Paramount for Transformers has been rumored. So some form of an official announcement for this Bay movie has to be coming up soon in the coming months. It's just a matter of when and not if at this point. I definitely think what he's guessing here about Toy Fair in February or a reveal party for like TFW and other stuff online from Hasbro and Paramount makes the most sense, because we did get that sort of announcement for Rise of the Beast. I think that came out for Rise of the Beast maybe the day they started, like the day they started filming or the week before they started filming in like June of 2021. I remember covering on the channel. Yeah, I think they might follow that same sort of pattern, so I wouldn't be surprised if they hold off on stuff until they start filming, which could give credence to my speculated release date of summer 2027. You know, they start shooting June of next year, the movie gets announced sometime early next year before they start filming, and boom, that's the process. The same as Rise of the Beast, basically. I wouldn't be surprised if they go that route, but I wouldn't be surprised if it comes out summer of 2028. We really just have to wait and see. And some tidbits and updates regarding the Transformers Binder of Revelations, basically the Transformers Bible that Hasbro and Paramount and people involved, like directors and writers, have been using for new Transformers projects the last 15 or so years. So this is from FJ DeSanto on Twitter. He's the guy behind the Netflix Transformers stuff, I'm pretty sure. He has worked on that. So he was talking on Twitter on some Transformers fan accounts that was talking about the leak of the Binder of Revelations. And he said in the comment section, there's a later version that's completely different we were given around 2018. which means, they were developing the Siege Netflix series around that time, and they gave the book to them, and they were like, here, make a story based off of this Bible we have for Transformers. And that makes sense. We have heard stuff that, they made a ton of revisions to this Bible over the years past 2015. The general consensus is that after 2015, they just left it alone and there wasn't any edits or whatever. But it seems like, going by what the guy behind the Netflix Transformers series is saying, that there was a new one, a completely different one, in 2018. So it seems like they've been updating this still recently. And we know Josh Cooley was given this Bible of sorts when he was making Transformers 1, which was a few years ago, around 20... I mean, that movie's been in development since the writer's room in 2015, so I don't know when he was given that book. Could have been a few years ago, could have been longer. So, this book is still making its rounds, it seems like, and being revised by Hasbro. And then he also says here, the entire thing was tossed and a new one was made around 2 years later. And this was in regards to a fan account saying that it was updated in 2015. So it seems like he knows that it was redone, and he was given something completely different around 2017, 2018, because people were posting images and screenshots of the Bible that just leaked on Twitter. And he saw that, and he was like, "Oh, I saw something completely different. I was given something completely different from Hasbro." So that's interesting. I really want to know how the updated and new version of this looks. And if it seems like this was just revealed to the public yesterday and leaked on that Discord last year, because it's a super outdated version of the Binder of Revelation that Hasbro has now, and that they're using for Transformers projects, and it's, the basis for Transformers mythos. I don't know, just the whole thing is kind of odd to me, because Transformers is a franchise that's known to change its characters and lore every year, or every couple years, basically, hence the name, Transformers. So this whole thing is just very interesting and just kind of odd to me the last 15 or so years since this has been in circulation and in development. In skimming through and reading some of the book myself over the last day or so since it's been leaked, the thing makes no sense. Like, some stuff is just added in with barely any context, and you have random stuff from the movies added in, and which I'll get into here in a little bit. But the book is just all over the place. Like, I can't imagine that 2015 version of the book being given to people working on, say, already 2015, or a video game or a movie, and being like, here, make a story out of this. It just seems kind of crazy to me. Like, for example, we have random stuff like Ronald Witwicky character profile. Like, they give a whole 2 paragraphs of him. Okay, I don't know why you would need Ronald Witwicky in a Transformers Bible, and it wouldn't need to be given to writers and directors of a cartoon or a video game or a movie. Well, I mean, a movie would kind of make sense, but even then, like, his story is done. He wouldn't be in anything else, so why would he need to be in this Bible, I just didn't expect it to be like this. And there's also something funny that's been going around. They have Glenn Whitman, which, if you don't know who that is, it's Anthony Anderson's character in the first 2007 movie. He has a character human profile in this so-called Transformers Bible that Hasbro spent... Now, this is rumored. This is speculation. We don't know for sure. Hasbro spent $250,000 on this, give or take. That's the rumor. And this is Glenn's profile. Again, I don't even know why he's in this book, but it says, living with a grandparent, comma, a virgin, comma, and there's nothing else, even though they added a comma for some reason. So it seems like this was still even unfinished, or maybe this was a typo or something, because there's a lot of typos in this book people have been pointing out, and there seems to be some unfinished sections where there should have been images and added text to certain characters and bios and profiles. So I don't know what to really believe here, but the fact that Glenn is catching a stray and they're ousting him in his personal life like this in the Transformers Bible of all things is beyond me. Like, this is insane. Imagine you're Josh Cooley and you're given this to make the peak movie of Transformers 1, and he gets to this part and he's like, I don't know why I would need to know this piece of information, but cool, I guess. Like that is just insanity to me. But it's really funny. And the last little piece of information I want to cover from this crazy binder of revelations here is regarding Sam Witwicky. You know, for years in the fandom and in the movie community, we thought, since Anthony Hopkins said in The Last Night that I forgot who he was talking about, but the last of the Witwickens or something like that, which is obviously ancestry of the Witwickies and Sam and stuff that they were referencing, and they showed a picture of him with his his mugshot. And it was presumed that he was dead, because they said that he was I think it was Vivian Witwicken or whatever. He said that she was the last of the Witwickens, which means that Sam would have been dead or whatever. But the binder of revelations here says, now keep in mind, this is rumored to be the 2015 version of the book, because we have stuff in here like RAD 2015 characters, like Strong Arm and stuff like that, and early versions of what would have been The Last Night, which I'll cover later on the channel. But it says here, unable to deal with the negative publicity surrounding his work with the Transformers, Sam Witwicky retires from public life. So they were planning as early as 2015, before The Last Night came out and all that kind of, in my opinion, useless exposition came out about the Witwickies and Sam. They were planning on him surviving and him just being a character that stepped away from everything. So it seemed like, due to the negative publicity going around after the Chicago battle, and, you know, Cemetery Wind and Attinger forming that little shadow government to destroy all Transformers, he just wanted to step away and protect his life and protect his probably family and his job and everything like that. So that actually makes sense for who Sam is as a character. It makes more sense than him dying. I mean, I could see how they could write that. Obviously, we never got an explanation, but I mean, I could see that too, but it just kind of makes more sense for him as a character, because it was already progressing towards that point in Dark of the Moon where he was like, oh, I just wanted to matter again. You know, I saved the world, and I just want to live a normal life, have a normal job and stuff like that. And, you know, that seems like a natural progression for his character, and it makes more sense than him just randomly dying off screen. And yeah, this is interesting that this was planned during the development of The Last Night, before it seems like it was changed. So I'm gonna believe this part here, that he just stepped away from everything and he's living in secrecy or whatever. That just makes more sense to me, but who knows at this point. Honestly, it doesn't even really matter too much, because this continuity is basically done. But I just figured this was big news, considering, yeah, I mean, we thought the whole time, almost like 10 years now, that Sam was dead in the movies, but he's not. But yeah, guys, let me know down below which of these pieces of information that I covered in this video about the binder of revelations perked your eyes the most. And yeah, guys, thank you for watching this video. Catch y'all in the next one. Bye.